Hi YouTube, it's John. Um, I'm going to be doing the intuitive tag slash challenge because Bernard Charles kind of tagged a whole Facebook group I'm in. So I'm excited. I'm going to tag Contessa Miller, who's going to be interviewing me tonight. I'm super excited. First interview. So there's 15 questions, and the first one is share your first paranormal experience that comes to mind. So, I used to be more clairvoyant when I was younger than I am now. So I was always hanging out in the mystical world, like with the elementals, the angels, the ETs. Always did that. Never saw dead people. Is the thing is, and that's why I feel like I maybe don't have medium abilities because I was like, even when I was younger, I never saw a dead person. But first paranormal experience, one that happened publicly is when I was young, I went to a Catholic preschool, and I was always just causing problems because I wasn't into like fitting in and whatnot. And so in the spring, when the garter snakes wake up, like they sometimes burrow together and will come out of the same place. It'll be like this stream of snakes coming up. So that happened, and when I was younger, I used to be super afraid of snakes, even though one of my spirit animals is a boa constrictor, and my dragon is kind of like a quetzalcoatl, like the feathered serpent. So little getting chased by it's a bigger serpent with wings. So, but the snakes came up like quickly and out of nowhere, and they kind of formed this circle around me, which at the time I was like freaking out, and I remember it being like very perfect, like perfectly round, and then one of the daycare ladies kind of just picked me up out of it because I was like, little 4-year-old me. Question 2, have you ever had a premonition? Yeah, I get them a lot. Even though I've never been wrong, I still doubt them. Like, even when I'm just like, you kind of, as a person, skeeve me out, or like, I know this is going to happen. And I should really listen to those more. Um, when did you get your first Oracle Tarot deck? What is it? So, I got my deck, I ordered it off Amazon, and I got it in September of 2013. I'm trying to rifle the box out here. It has other stuff in it now, but it's, let me get the lid. It's The Golden Tarot by Cat Black. I don't know if my phone is going to flip this video back. And I liked it because when I saw that like a lot of people had the Way to Write Tarot. I don't know where Ethan was coming from. The Way to Write Tarot, I was just like, I'm gonna go for something different, and I like it's a digital collage of murals and paintings from the Renaissance period, so it's pretty sweet. What element do you connect with most? Fire, even though I'm pretty good with all of them. I actually had to have an intuitive tell me, it's just like, you're a master of all 4 of the elements, and you're good with spirit, because then you have to realize, like, before 2012, I was doing a lot of stuff with air, and it was bordering on mind control, and that probably wasn't the most positive use of my skills, I'll be honest. But then December 21st, 2012 hit, and that's when, like, sort of the water fire stuff came in. I like fire because it moves quick. You can burn things, I know, if you move too quickly. But fire can also be used to transmute and change, which is one of my purposes for this lifetime, is to change, or cause change. So that's an element that I connect with a lot, but I do connect with all of them. 5. Do you believe in fairies? Faer. Fairies. Yes, I love the elemental kingdom. I have a soul, and that's one of the realms I come from. Yeah, I'm more of a nymph, but that's kind of splitting hairs. But yeah, I love the fairies. 6. Do you prefer the moon or the sun? I'm pretty 50-50 on that. I like them both, but recently we have, like, spring just kind of happened. I would keep looking outside because you can see the grass, and it's like 50 right now, so you don't have to like wear a hat, and I'm just like, I'm loving this weather. It's So nice. I get to like walk around outside because that's one of the things I love to do is just walk around campus. Because my college does have a good amount of foliage on campus, so it's just nice to get out so I can connect with the elementals. All right, 7. What is your favorite crystal or stone? Um, I like citrine mainly because it can cleanse other stones around it and things around it. It takes the negativity out and makes it neutral. And one of the things, because I'm good with fire element, is like the neutral energy is the best for that because you can just change it quick into what you need it to be. Yeah, I'm a Sag Sun with a Leo Moon, but if you know about decadence of the signs, both of them are in the Aries decadence, so it's like I'm a triple fire sign with a Libra ascendant. All right, can you see spirits slash spiritual beings? Sometimes not. It's usually, I say I'm clairvoyant from like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And that might just be because I'm in my dorm doing other stuff than interacting with people, because I have a pretty grounded life. And what I'm doing now is just trying to awaken people to the possibilities and get them to question. Because if you can get them to do that, you don't have to talk about aliens or spiritual beings or magic or whatnot. Because that's a good way to get people on it. 9. Would you rather be able to fly on a broomstick, breathe underwater, make things grow fast, or control fire? Probably broomstick because I don't have a car right now. That would be pretty sweet. Plus, I kind of have a reputation. Everyone just kind of is just like, oh, he's a witch. Like, you know. Funny, they were calling me that before I even knew I was one. It's really funny. I can call myself a sorcerer because that's what a lot of my psychic intuitive friends say, and then also that's what the muggles say too. So when both of those groups are like saying something, that's when I start to pay attention because I'm like, the universe is bringing something into me for me to understand. What totem animal do you feel the most connected to? So I recently connected with ravens. I've just been loving it, and this might sound odd even on a psychic intuitive tag, is that I can like hear them speaking English with my ears. Usually they're just saying hi until I like acknowledge them, and then they'll say stuff like they've predicted sunspots and solar flares pretty accurately. Like they have not been wrong yet, or when new extraterrestrial ships are moving into the area, who's leaving, stuff like that. So Raven is one that I have been connecting to a lot more lately. 11. What was your first animal slash spiritual totem? Mountain lion. I love mountain lions so much, and when I started waking up back in 2000, summer 2013, like one was coming around. And over the summer, I work at a camp. It is a God camp, a Bible camp, but a lot of weird things happen. Like the kids will wake up and say they've seen wolves, and it's like there's not wolves in northern New Hampshire. And odd poltergeist just things happen, and people see apparitions. So I was just like, at the time I was like, I don't really know what to make of this. But my puma comes around every once in a while, and I love him. Tell us about your first spirit guide. So my first one that I consider, you know how I said I've never really seen dead people? Well, the first person that I was connecting to was someone who I knew in life who had died. She was someone my age, and she just kind of came in. I was listening to a podcast called Snap Judgment. I love stories and storytelling, and the story was about this couple that were in solitary confinement separately, but then they'd meditate and their spirits would come together. And at one point, she talks about like when the husband dies, that they're both sort of in her body together. And she talks about how it never really felt like he left. And so I was thinking, I didn't feel like, I'm not going to say her name, had left. And I said, "Hi, are you there?" And that was the first ever time I hear the voices like they're inside. I hear it inside my head, but it's like they're coming from different directions, and that's how I know who it is. And so she was with me for a little while, Although then she went back to incarnate into a new life, so I released her with love, and she was very helpful. Introduced me to my main five guides now. So, so 13. Do you feel more connected to the stars of the Earth? The Earth. I love this planet so much. I do have a galactic aspect that hangs out with the Waigael, the beautiful hybrid children. I didn't think I had that a galactic aspect for a while because um, I didn't really connect to like the star person archetype at all. Like I liked Star Wars and Star Trek, but from what I know, the Star people really like it. And I was more of a Lord of the Rings type of person, so that was me. What is your preferred method of blessing and cleansing? Optimally, I love burned sage. Actually, a funny story about happening at camp is that I was burning it, and at the time I didn't know that burned sage smells a lot like marijuana. So there's this funny story of people like I'm in nature shed. I'm the head of the nature department, and then I am burning it in there, meditating, and they kind of are about to like bust in to bust me, and I like can tell they're looking for me, so I open the door, and then they're like, "Oh, it's just John." And it's funny how people were just like, "Oh, it's just John. It's probably some other herb." And so I was just, they were just like, "It smells like weed in here." I was just like, yeah. Sorry, Facebook message there. I was just like, "Oh, I'm burning sage. I guess it really smells like shit." And someone had told me that before, like when I was burning it in our cabin. Someone was just like, it was like, "What are you burning, John? It smells a lot like weed." Um, yeah, sometimes I'm a bit of a thick-skulled person and don't really listen. Um, and last but not least, what color do you feel the most spiritually connected to? Violet, that very like light electric purple. I also feel connected to gold and the Christ consciousness and unconditional love, but really violet and like the violet flame, violet ray, transformation, forgiveness, transmuting. That's what I feel most connected to, and that's what my aura color primarily is. So that is the color that I feel the most connected to. Um, so those are the tag. I tag Contessa Miller. I'm just gonna let her know, and I'm super excited. Also, I just love the amount of sun we have. It's like spring just happened. Everyone's seasonal affect disorder just went away. Everyone's out prancing about. It's the energy on campus is great now. Until next time, this is John, and thanks for watching.